welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be replacing the brake pads and brake rotors on a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. I'm going to show you today the process on how to do this type of job, so let's get started right now. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is jack up the vehicle. Now there's a cross member right over there. That piece of metal is, you can jack up your vehicle from there, or I can try from my side right here. And then you're going to put down your jack stands right there, and the other one's going to go over there. So lift the vehicle, and you're gonna make sure you chalk off your wheels in the back right there, and there's another one over there. Then from here you're gonna take off your wheel. The size lug nut is a 21 millimeter right there, and that's the size for these lug nuts right here. So I'm gonna take it off real quick and I'll show you what to do from there. Once you're done taking off all 5 lug nuts, you're gonna slide your wheel under here just for extra safety and precaution, just to make sure that if these things fail for some reason, then you also have more protection. So make sure you have a jack under there as well, so it can also help you out. And then from here you have a couple bolts right here, right here, and another one right over here. And the bolt size for those are going to be a 14 millimeter right there. You're gonna take them off from right here and down there, like I showed before. So I'm gonna do that right now. If you're done taking off the bolts from the back, you can hang your brake caliper up here, and I hung it up from the shock. So you're going to do it like that so you don't put any stress on this brake line right here. And then from there you're gonna take off another 2 bolts right there, and another one over here as well. The bolts, not the bolt, but the socket size for them is a 17 millimeter, and that's what we're going to use to take them off. To take them off, this is what they're going to look like. Very important to note, do not lose these washers right here, or these locking washers. Just keep that in mind. And also the caliper should come as a whole entire assembly like this, and that's how you have it out. Alright, and then from here for the rotor, you can get yourself a screwdriver and unscrew it from there, and that's what's holding on to the rotor for you. So once you do that, the rotor should come off now. And when you're done taking off your brake rotor, that's how it's going to look like. There's 2 screws, one right there, and there's another one down here as well. You take those off, and in my situation it was rust welded on, so make sure you grab a hammer. Like, I know this thing's not the best, but it's what I had right now. So use that, and you can hit it on the side, just twist it around and things. You just hit it around it, and then it should come off. Alright, and from there you're getting your new brakes on, so I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Alright, so once you get your brake rotor on, these are drilled and solid rotors. Not every single vehicle needs them, but I got them for this occasion. So right here is what you're going to do is get some brake parts cleaner right here, and you can just go spray it onto the rotor like that. And then from there you can just wipe it down, because there is oils whenever they do put these away, so you just want to make sure that these oils come off, so then they're ready to go. And I just have it like this because I can just flip it over like so. Alright, so what happened before the clip cut off is that I cleaned the front side of the brake rotor with brake parts cleaner, and after that I put on the 2 screws, and from there I got the brake caliper, and I took off all the old hardware and the brakes, and from there I scrubbed the sides where the hardware actually sits, and from there I greased the guide caliper pins, and that's where the clip cuts back on. Alright, it should go just like that, as evenly as well. It's not that easy. You can just push back in, and it should just go back on. If you see it's kind of poking out, and try to reassort it to make sure you can fit back in, and that's what you're going to do also for the other side right there as well. Alright, and from there your brake caliper piece right here should look like somewhat like this, like that one right there. So next part is installing the brake pads right now. They're gonna look like this, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. Also, another thing that we're gonna do is what we should do is that when you're doing this, when it's facing forwards like that, since it's gonna be like this, there is a wear down indicator. It's going to look like this. This is going to go on the inside of the brake pad and not on the outside, so just make sure you notice that before you just go put that on. Alright, and once you're done, it should look somewhat like this. And once you have it bolted up, it's going to look like somewhat like that, just like so. And from there we're gonna be installing the upper piece of the brake hardware right here. Alright, once you're done, it should look like this. For this part, like right up here, for the upper piece of the brake hardware, all you have to do is push down, like pinch down on it, and it's aim it down with these little holes that has on each side, and place it down like that. And now what we're gonna do is reinstall the other piece of well, this part right here of the brake caliper back onto there. But before you do that, you're gonna make sure you do this, just like that. You can get yourself a brake caliper compression tool, and you can get yourself a used brake pad, and you can go just slide it in like that, and it should just go in nice and slow without any issues, just like so. And make sure it's flanned on both sides and not just one side, but that's what you're gonna do next. Alright, and you know you have it done whenever it feels harder to twist it now. So once you have it like that, you can just get ready your hardware like so, like that, and then get ready to mount it back there. You got these two bolts back here for the mounting bracket done. These are going to be torqued down to 70 foot-pounds. So you have one up here and your one down here as well, so make sure you do that so none of your brake hardware comes loose. So once you're done with that, you're going to torque down these brake caliper bolts right here to 20 foot-pounds. That one up here and that one down there, and you get ready to put back on your wheel now. But before you torque them down, you make sure you lower down the vehicle so it has tension on the wheel down there. So then you can torque them down to 80 foot-pounds without the wheel just spinning like that. But now I'm going to go do the back. So, yeah. Alright, so when you're done from here, you're going to make sure you tighten down the lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds in a star pattern, like so, like that. Right here, 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 and here. You can do also that on the other side as well, because it's the same as the other side. And then from there, once you're going to do the back brakes for the rear of your car, make sure you go inside the vehicle and push down on the brake pedal until it feels firm again. Since you took out all the fluid and all the fluid went back, you have to push it back in so you have firm brakes up front right there. So when you start, when you turn on your vehicle, it's not going to be like, it's going to be very soft. So make sure you do that, and then once you do that, you can go back to the back and start working on that. So once you got the wheel off right here, you can place it down under there just in case. And from here you can go and take off the brake caliper bolt, which is right over here. You have one up here and also one down here, so make sure to take off them off both. And from there we can get to the other side. Alright, so once you take off the two bolts right here, here, and here, you can just slide off the whole entire thing as an assembly with the emergency brake right here as well. From here, I don't really know where you can hang it, so I just placed it up here. You just can let it hang right on top of there. And then from here you have another two pair of bolts right here, and also down there. Yeah, down there, right there. Those are also 14 millimeters, so you're gonna take that off as well. Alright, so when you're able to take off the two screws, like so, down here and over here. I did have trouble with one of them. One of them did strip out, but in case if it does strip out, you must have yourself a drill and a drill bit, and try to drill it out. And then from there, since those things don't have that much torque on them, I can just drill them out, and then the bit, once you take a bite in it, and it can easily take it out. It's gonna look something like this. Yeah, I had to drill all through it, but it came out at the end, and yeah, you can put in new screws back inside so it can hold in place, and it should be fine as long as you don't damage the threads. Just make sure you drill and straight, and it should be fine. But now we're gonna take off the rotor. Alright, it's raining pretty hard, but I'm still gonna continue. So anyways, once you got this on, you can just make sure you wipe it down with some brake fluid cleaner and a rag. It should be ready. And then from there, you continue on the rest. Alright, so the tool you're going to need is one of these types of tools. They have lots of different fittings. Make sure you get the right fitting that fits on for you. Mine use something like this. You can use the pad thing right here. And also, you can use this type of fitting right here as well. This thing is number 1. And what I did is you have to use kind of like a sliding type of motion. So these things will, these little bumps are here. They go to this part of the brake caliper right there, and they go into those little grooves. So from there you're going to slide it in. Alright, so then from there you want to take off all your old hardware, re-grease your guide caliper pins, sorry about that, Make sure you do that as well for the other side as well, so you don't get seized and get stuck. And then from there, you're gonna make sure you get yourself a metal wire brush, and then from here you can scrub down from this side and also from the other side right there as well. So you can get the new hardware inside. Once you got your new hardware ready, you're almost ready to reinstall everything. Alright, so once you got all your brake hardware back on, it should look something like this. You can get ready to mount it on, like so. Alright, so we're gonna go down here, and then from... Alright, so once you got your bolts back on, you're gonna torque these things down to 50 foot-pounds, and you're gonna do them for both of them. And then from there, you can get ready to install the brake caliper back on it. Alright, so that's how it's going to look like. It's going to go like this, and you're going to just slide it down like that. But this time what I used is I changed out the piece, and I'm going to use a 4-piece setup instead of a 2, because there's more pegs, and also the 4, not the 4, but 2 was slipping, so I used this one. So that's how you can go compress your brake caliper as well from right here. So we can install it now. Alright, so once you're done, these 2 bolts right here, down here, up here, and down there, get torqued down to 20 foot-pounds. Then from there, you can make sure you have everything all ready. Your assembly should be done. Then from there, you can get ready to install your wheel back onto your rotor, so you can have it ready, so you can do the other side. Alright, so when you have all the lug nuts back on, you can just, once you finish on the other side, you lower down the vehicle, and you tighten them down to 80 foot-pounds. And that's how you do a brake job for the front and back on a 2018 Hyundai. So I hope this video was helpful. If it is, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.